Well, some of the massive light displays we're accustomed to enjoying in cities across our state this time of year have gone dark, either due to the pandemic, lack of funds, or in one case, a casualty of a rare October ice storm. However, the season is still bright, even brighter than expected in some Oklahoma communities. Steve Shaw has our report.
Midwest City's Joe Barnes Park was ravaged by one of the worst ice storms in more than a decade, October 26th. Tree damage in the park was so widespread, the city canceled its annual Holiday Light Spectacular, normally one of the biggest in the state. However, in Yukon, Christmas in the Park rolled on to its 25th year.
It's a free and safe way to enjoy the holidays and still have some of that sense of normalcy that we crave right now, especially during the holidays.
With 5 million lights and more than 500 exhibits, Yukon's Christmas in the Park is the largest drive-through holiday display in the state. This year, they added a handful of new stuff, including a skating rink. Roberson says they average between 1,000 and 1,500 vehicles a night in drive-through traffic alone.
We compare it with last year's, and we're absolutely smashing last year's numbers.
Which means a lot of these autos packed with people will also visit nearby restaurants and businesses.
Our tourism impact is at its very top during the Christmas season, which seems to indicate that our Christmas in the Park really has something to do with that.
Over in Broken Arrow, the spectacular Rima Lights is in its 38th year. The massive display features a 22-foot tall Christmas tree, 2 million lights, and they'll easily attract 200,000 visitors this year, which is very good for area businesses too.
It's okay.
Oh, she has to go.
In Elk City at Ackley Park, Santa and Mrs. Claus arrived last Friday for their annual Christmas in the Park. Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Susie Cupp says she's grateful neither the pandemic nor the October ice storm caused any sponsors to drop out.
Well, we had to postpone it for 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks we didn't have any activities. Of course, the lights were on, so you could still drive through. And but our opening night was December 11th. And I think people were very anxious to get there because it was packed.
On Main Street in Norman, this festive light display took shape a week ago. Norman was one of 6 towns where movie giant Netflix chose to spread holiday cheer this year. Did Barry Switzer make a phone call or what?
I wish that it was something that cool, but we were contacted by Netflix, the city was, and they asked if it was something we'd be interested in. And of course, after talking to our businesses, it was an easy yes.
College town businesses that have been starved by the pandemic.
These folks that own their businesses are the heart of our community, and they're donating back to our Little League teams and sponsoring our events, and they're our friends and neighbors. So we really need to support them, and having a display like this that gets people out and about truly makes a big difference.
That brings us to Chickasha, where Jake's Rib has been feeding folks for nearly 40 years, but this year has been different.
The way we feel about it, every day our front door is unlocked. We are so blessed. Very, very blessed.
Chickasha, though, is seeing a new wave of out-of-town visitors this Christmas season. This 50-foot tall inflatable leg lamp display is a big reason why.
I would just say this, is that some people may scratch their head and say, is this really economic development? And I'd look them right in the eyes and say, you know what, in 2020 it is.
Jim Cowan directs the Economic Development Council.
Boy, is there any wrong thing to do this year? I mean, we want to do what we need to do when we need to do it, but at the same time, we just want to let people know we're a short drive from probably just about anywhere they're going to see this from, and if they can come in and put a smile on their face, go see the Festival Light, maybe spend some money in a restaurant, then that puts a smile on our face.
Crystal Jarnigan's family owns 2 nearby businesses.
Our numbers are up this Christmas so far, and which is amazing considering everything that's been going on during the pandemic. It has helped our little businesses and our towns tremendously.
Now in its 28th year, the Chickasha Festival of Light this year features more than 3.5 million lights.
We've had record numbers. So we had probably one of our best opening nights we've ever had. And for a 28-year-old volunteer nonprofit, that's exciting to us because we want people to, still be relevant. And we want people to come see us.
And just who came up with the leg lamp idea?
Well, I just wanted to do something fun. I've lived here, my family's been here since 1890.
Tim Elliott thought of it several years ago after watching the 1983 Christmas classic, A Christmas Story.
It's made out of plastic. It's an inflatable. What we have now is an inflatable. And so, well, that's a trade secret. If I told you, I'd have to kill you, Steve.
Steve Shaw, the Oklahoma News Report.